Have you ever found yourself letting the phone ring without answering or holding your breath, hoping that someone knocking at your door will simply leave? If so, know that you are not alone. Many people experience this desire to withdraw from social interactions as they age, and it doesn't mean you are becoming reclusive. Rather, it's a natural part of the aging process that often goes unspoken. In this video, we will explore 6 psychological reasons for the shift toward less social engagement as we grow older. These insights will not only help you understand your own feelings, but also validate them. The transition from seeking constant connection to prioritizing inner peace is a journey rich with wisdom. Stay tuned until the end, as we'll reveal how embracing these changes can lead to a life filled with personal joy and fulfillment. Hey everyone! Welcome back to Bloom and Nourish. Before we dive into our discussion, I would truly appreciate it if you could like this video to help spread awareness on this topic. If you're new here, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you won't miss anything. If you find value in today's content, please comment 1 below. If not, 0 works too. Your feedback is essential for improving our future videos. Now let's get started. Reason number 1. Your tolerance for nonsense drops to near 0. When you are younger, life often seems like a vast canvas, and you fill it with many people and experiences, regardless of their quality. You may tolerate flaky friends who cancel last minute, colleagues who constantly engage in gossip, or acquaintances who dominate every conversation with tales of their own greatness. You nod politely through small talk about mundane topics, thinking it's all part of the social experience. However, as the years go by, your perspective drastically shifts. You endure enough superficial interactions, pointless dramas, and one-sided friendships to realize the toll they take on your emotional well-being. Eventually, an inner switch flips. Your patience for pointless chatter diminishes, and your protective instincts kick in. You've earned the right to guard your energy fiercely. You start recognizing emotional noise for what it is, distractions from a fulfilling life. Your unwillingness to engage with relationships that feel draining becomes a form of self-preservation. Whether it's a coworker who interrupts meetings with irrelevant tangents or a neighbor who thrives on complaints, you start to filter these interactions. You find yourself muting the noise, declining invitations to events that feel obligatory, and crafting your circle around what is genuine and uplifting. This clarity brings you closer to authentic connections, allowing you to prioritize deeper and more meaningful relationships. Reason number 2. Your priorities shift. As you grow older, the questions you ask yourself evolve significantly. In your younger years, you might have focused on how to climb the social ladder, seeking validation, and filling your calendar with plans to avoid loneliness. However, as time passes, what once seemed important, like having a bustling social life, begins to lose its allure. Your focus shifts to more introspective inquiries. You start pondering how much energy you have to give, who uplifts you, and who drains your spirit. This change is not merely superficial. It affects your entire approach to social interactions. Rather than chasing after every invitation, you now prioritize peace and meaningful exchanges that leave you feeling invigorated. You look for conversations that inspire and resonate with your true self, rather than conversations filled with gossip or superficiality. You cherish the moments spent with those who can enjoy a comfortable silence with you, or share deep discussions about life, dreams, and vulnerabilities. You might even find joy in solitude, where activities like gardening, reading, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of tea recharge you. Choosing solitude over forced interactions does not signify loneliness. It reflects a newfound freedom to invest your time wisely. This awareness fosters deeper self-understanding and empowers you to create a fulfilling life aligned with your values. Reason number 3. The impact of grief. One of the most significant factors influencing social withdrawal later in life is grief. As you journey through the years, loss becomes an inevitable chapter in your story, Friends may drift to new places or phases of life, and loved ones like parents or siblings may pass on, leaving undeniable voids in your emotional landscape. Each relationship that fades chips away at your social circle, often without you even realizing how small it has become. For some, this diminishing circle feels like a natural process of pruning, while for others, it feels like a quiet devastation. What may initially surprise you is that, following these losses, many people choose not to rebuild their social networks. This choice isn't rooted in depression. Rather, it stems from a profound awareness of the limited time available and a keen focus on quality over quantity in relationships. Grief teaches invaluable lessons about love, loss, and emotional safety. You begin to carve out space for connections that are grounded in mutual respect and shared history. This might translate into cherishing deep conversations with a longtime friend over seeking new acquaintances. You might also preserve the memories of those you have lost, choosing to carry their love with you rather than seeking replacements. Ultimately, you cultivate a social life that honors the complexities of human connection, while choosing to protect the most vulnerable parts of yourself. Reason number 4, social fatigue. Social fatigue isn't just about being tired after a long day. It's a profound weariness that can accumulate over the years. By the time you reach your later years, you have likely navigated countless social situations, each demanding different emotional responses. You may have mediated family arguments, soothed fragile egos, or endured several one-sided conversations about topics you could hardly care less about. Over time, these interactions can feel increasingly burdensome, weighing heavily on your emotional well-being. You might start to experience social events as taxing rather than enjoyable, where the mental exhaustion begins to overshadow any pleasure you once found in social gatherings. What may have been minor inconveniences in your youth, like noisy parties or crowded dinners, transform into significant energy drains. Because of this, you begin to prioritize rest over obligation. You find solace in choosing quiet afternoons with a book or peaceful walks in the park, instead of feeling compelled to attend every social function. In this way, you honor your emotional health, allowing solitude to serve as a sanctuary where you can recharge without the pressure to perform or impress. With this revelation comes the understanding that it's not about being antisocial. It's about safeguarding your energy for the experiences and relationships that genuinely matter. Reason number 5. Enhanced self-awareness. With age comes a remarkable clarity of self-awareness. As you reach a certain point in life, you start to understand who you are at a deeper level, beyond just the surface version you present to the world. You recognize what brings you joy and what takes it away, understanding your limits, triggers, and non-negotiables. This heightened self-awareness acts as both a shield and a compass. It empowers you to establish boundaries that protect your peace. You've lived long enough to know which interactions drain your spirit and which ones uplift it, and you consciously choose the latter. If small talk feels meaningless, you politely steer away from it. If certain people resurrect old wounds or negative patterns, you recognize the cost and create distance. This process isn't about holding grudges. It's about honoring your needs. For example, in the past, you may have tolerated uncomfortable conversations to maintain harmony. But now you realize the impact those moments can have on your well-being. By setting boundaries, skipping gatherings that feel draining, or limiting your time at events, you're choosing kindness for yourself. This transition may come off as surprising or even radical to others, but to you, it's liberation that transforms how you engage with those around you. Reason number 6, a new perspective on time. As you age, your relationship with time undergoes a profound transformation. In your 20s, an hour may seem fleeting and easily spent. However, at 70, every hour feels like precious gold, irreplaceable and worth guarding fiercely. With this understanding comes a major shift in how you choose to spend that time. Every social commitment you consider now involves careful weighing of its true value. You start to reflect on whether a particular interaction will enrich your life or simply leave you drained. This leads you to prioritize activities that align with your core values and bring genuine meaning to your life. A quiet morning spent tending to a garden might feel far more rewarding than attending a crowded dinner where you can barely hear yourself think. Your choice to embrace solitude isn't a withdrawal from the world. Rather, it's a deliberate effort to curate a life that feels authentic to you. Friends and family may notice your shift, and some might even take your new choices personally. However, this is about you reclaiming the right to live life according to your own needs and desires, without guilt or obligation. Aging isn't about clinging to former identities, but embracing who you are now. It's about saying no to what doesn't serve you, and yes to everything that resonates deeply with your current self. We've explored how aging transforms our social lives and our relationships with ourselves. The shift toward solitude and selectivity is not isolated from joy. Instead, it fosters deeper emotional clarity and rich connections that nourish our souls. What have you learned from our discussion today? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share it with someone you think would benefit from this message. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content that speaks to the heart of your experiences. Thank you for spending this time with us. And remember, the journey of aging is both powerful and beautiful.